Well, let's get started, everyone. Welcome to our CVBBC Zoom Christmas baking class, okay? So this is our very first time doing something like this, actually. I've seen this done for other people, but I'm excited. We're so blessed to have people in our church who have different skills, and we get to share it with each other. Now, before we begin, let's go ahead. We're gonna pray, and then I'm just gonna share just like one little quick verse before we get going with all our ingredients and everything. But let's pray, and we'll begin. Lord, thank you so much for this time. Thank you for all the people that are here today, for the teens, the children, and the adults all together. Lord, where we get to bake, on Zoom, in our houses, but at the same time together, Lord. Pray, Lord, that you bless this fellowship, and I pray that everything goes smoothly. Bless the internet, that the connection stays good. But I pray, Lord, that you would touch someone's heart, Lord. Maybe someone here might need this type of fellowship, Lord, to be encouraged. Or maybe somebody might just need this moment so they could learn how to bake. And I pray that you help Sister Mary as she'll be leading the class, and help every learner, every student learning to listen well and give them understanding. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Okay, so before Sister Mary begins, there's a verse in the Bible in Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 10. It says, "Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might." And that's the first part of the verse. And if we think of that, whatever we're going to do, whatever task, right now we're baking, some of you are students. Actually, most of the people in this are students. If you're going to be doing your schoolwork, if you're going to be writing, do it with your might. And I pray that, I hope and pray that we'll have fun and learn and have that something in our heart. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. And then matching another verse in the New Testament, whatsoever you do, do it heartily as unto the Lord and not unto men. And we can do these things as simple as baking for the Lord. So, all right. Well, we have here Sister Mary, and she has her two helpers with her, and they're really excited. We had our little test earlier preparing for this, and I'm looking forward to get to try her famous Snickerdoodles. This is Brother Pat's favorite. So she made some already on Saturday, and she's making more. So we get to be part of it and try it. So, all right, there you go, Sister Mary, it's your turn.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad you're with us. And I'll try to explain everything so you understand. If you have questions, let me know. But most of you probably know my grandson, Eli. And my other assistant just left the kitchen, but it's going to be Mia. And before we start, let me put my glasses on. I've got took a copy of a recipe out of a book. I've got tons and tons of recipe books that I've collected down through the years. My sister's great at giving me books. I even have 2 antique books that my grandmother gave me. And my grandmother was born, turn of the century. Not this century, the 20th century. But make sure you have a good recipe book, follow directions. Did you know that when you bake, you're using science and math? And you're going to do a 1 batch recipe, but today I'm going to double it. So yours calls for a 1/2 cup of margarine or butter. I use butter. So I'm going to use 1 cup. You are going to use 1.5 cups of flour. I'm going to use 3. Instead of 1 cup of sugar, I'm going to have 2. Instead of 1 egg, I'm going to have 2, and so forth. be a teaspoon of vanilla instead of a half a teaspoon of baking soda instead of a quarter, and a half a teaspoon of cream of tartar instead of a quarter. And at the bottom where you see sugar and cinnamon, that's something we're going to mix together. We roll the dough into balls, and then we roll it in the cinnamon and sugar mixture. And your eggs, not to be cold right out of the refrigerator. I did forget, and Mia got them out for me maybe half an hour ago. And I've had the butter sitting in the bowl for a little bit to have it room temperature, because we're going to mix it with the hand mixer and then add the ingredients. And I like to use butter. Butter is recipes, and the sticker, I like it because you don't have to get out a measuring cup. One stick is half a cup. So I'm going to double it, and that's math. So I'm going to mix 2 sticks to make 1 cup. Over here we have cream of tartar. And I've used cream of tartar when I make that Play-Doh for church for the young kids. I never knew why and what do we need cream of tartar for. I looked it up. It helps stabilize whipped egg whites, prevents sugar from crystallizing, and acts as a leavening agent for baking goods. If you're out of cream of tartar, you can use lemon juice, white vinegar, baking powder, buttermilk.
I'm sorry, Sister Mary, we couldn't hear the last thing you just said. Hello?
Do you think it's our internet?
Or is our internet?
Excuse me.
Important thing. My husband reminded me. When I was in high school, which is quite a long time ago, I took home economics. That was where you learned to cook, sew, even though I'm not a good sewer, and learn to do a lot of domestic things. I learned to make peanut butter cookies. And so like once a week I come home from school and I make peanut butter cookies. But the very first time I started, I just started grabbing stuff. And I realized I only had a little bit of peanut butter. I didn't have enough. So when my dad came home from work, I asked him to go to the store, and he's tired. He didn't want to, go to the store after he just walked in the door. He says, from now on, you need to make sure you have all your ingredients before you start. So you read your recipe, you got all the things and the measuring cups and spoons, which I have here. So be prepared. Don't just do it willy-nilly and hopefully that there's flour in the pantry and, oh, I hope I got sugar. You got to make sure before you do it and read the recipe thoroughly so you know what to do. Okay, the first thing it says is to beat the margarine or butter, electric mixer on medium or high speed for 30 seconds. So, and I tried to soften it.
Yes, and for those who don't have one of those, you can use a fork.
We'll press it with the back of a big spoon and
the butter in, right?
Wooden spoon. I'm fortunate to have the master baker here. She's helping me. Mia's mom is a master baker. So if you can see, get another knife.
Sister Mary.
Softening the butter. Now it's getting stuck onto the beater, so I'm going to turn it off and ask Mia to get me a knife, and I'm going to push it down, but you see it's getting soft. Pretty soft. Yeah, it's called creaming the butter, pretty much. I'll do it a little bit more just to make sure.
Sister Mary, Zuriel has a question.
Yes?
So that's butter, right? And we're supposed to mix it?
What?
So that's butter, right, Sister Mary? And we have to mix it?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna get it off of here again. It looks soft, right? Creamed, soft. Okay, I'm gonna have my assistant Eli. It says to put in half of the flour. So, since I'm using 3 cups, I'm gonna put a cup and a half. Using fractions here, right? All right, I'm gonna rest this here. All right, Eli. Remember how to do it? Get 1 cup. And we washed our hands before. You want to do this part? I'll hold it. Slowly. Okay. Good. Make it even on the top. All right. Pour it in.
Teens, be thankful we measured them for you.
All right. Half a cup. Pour it in. Okay. All right. We're going to add another 1.5 cups later of flour. It also says you start mixing it again, and I thought you were falling, and you add 2 cups of sugar, Mia. Mia's going to do that part.
Wait, how many cups of sugar?
I'm doing double. You're going to do 1, I'm doing 2.
1 cup, okay. Wait a minute. It should be missing. Get that. Small cup.
First, you just use half of the flour. Because it's too hard to mix it in the beginning to add all the flour. It's probably too hard. See, that even.
Really panicked.
A little more.
I got it. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Does any teens have any questions as you're going through your stuff, or any of the kids or anybody here have any questions? Okay.
Add the eggs, Nina. 2 eggs.
So we just keep on mixing it, right?
We're doing double, so you guys just do 1 egg.
So what are we doing now, Sister Mary?
We're adding the 2 eggs.
Oh, for us it's 1 egg, right?
I'm sorry to confuse you with the doubling the recipe, but I need to make extra because it's such a favorite in the family, especially Brother Pat. And the recipe says it makes 36 for the 1 batch. It really never seems to make that much. When I made 1 batch already, it made only 2 dozen, 24. All right, Mia? Yep. A teaspoon of vanilla. You're going to add a half a teaspoon, kids. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I have a really, really good cinnamon and a very good vanilla that I bought. It's okay. If you add a little more vanilla,
Oh, it tastes way more better.
it's really good. Not too much vanilla. All right, so I've added pen butter, flour, sugar, eggs, vanilla. Now baking soda. Eli, half a teaspoon of baking soda. Where's the knife?
So how much for the teens?
Where's the knife? No, don't shake it. If you shake, when you have a cup or a teaspoon or something, if you shake it down, it's actually not a accurate measurement. That's what I learned.
So you guys are gonna do a quarter.
Put it in. And then half a teaspoon of, and
A quarter teaspoon for you guys of cream of
I
tartar.
call this gold because it's not cheap. It's hard to find in the store. And at this time of year, everybody's baking and it's very hard to find.
Okay, so before we move on, Sister Mary, could we kind of slow down and see if any teens have any questions?
Cream of tartar.
Oh, it actually is. So, is it supposed to look flaky or not? Like this, ma'am, kind of looks flaky.
See how it looks creamy?
Sister Mary,
Yes.
I have a question. Is it supposed to look like this? Am I doing anything wrong? It looks a bit like soil, white soil. Well, looks like white soil. I don't really know. Like,
I think it's
Sister
potato.
Mary?
Because I can't see. Do you see what mine looks
Sister
like?
Mary?
Yes.
yours looks nice.
Do you see what
Sister
mine
Mary?
looks like?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
on the camera.
Does this look fine? Sister-
Maybe the butter was
Excuse
soft
me.
enough.
Yeah, the butter might not have been soft enough.
But
If it's not if it's too cold, it's not going to blend in. It's not going to be able to blend. So you
can
can
they
just wait a little bit.
wait and keep mixing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the butter to get more melted and soft. Okay.
Yes, Zibia.
So can we go back and
Do we?
verify their ingredients, the amount of their ingredients? So how much flour were they supposed to put in?
1.5 cups, but what's 1.5? 3/4 cups.
So you were supposed to start with 3/4 cup of flour.
Did you put it all in? If you did, it's supposed
It
to,
should be okay.
should be okay.
It's harder to mix.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next ingredient was,
Half a cup, oh no, 1 cup of sugar,
1 cup of sugar,
1 egg, half a teaspoon of vanilla. You can add a little more, it's always fun. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of, 1/4 teaspoon cream of tartar.
so if you got all those right,
You're good.
you're good.
But if the butter wasn't, if it was too cold, it may look like sand or gravel or, it's good for a pie crust, but not for the cookies. Any more questions? How we doing?
Zibia, did you have a question?
What do we still use do we add the rest of the flour?
When all of this is mixed, I'm done mixing everything and I'm gonna add the rest of the flour. If you're at that point,
Oh,
yes.
what about the
you-
cinnamon?
Oh, don't put cinnamon, not yet.
Okay.
That's
And what
a
about the
different
rest?
step. What?
Just wait for the
The
steps.
rest
Zibia.
just wait. Yeah.
Just wait for the steps.
All right. Now, my assistant, Eli, will add more, another 1.5 cups of flour. But for you, it would be 3/4 cups of a flour. Yes, same thing you did before, Eli.
Is it done?
You want me to do this or you do it?
You do.
Make sure it gets in there. Remember, you're supposed to level it off to kind of be accurate. Okay, put it in. That's good enough. And take the 1/2 cup. Put it in.
Sister Mary, did you already mix in the cream of tartar
Yes,
1/4 of a teaspoon.
yes, I did. All right. Okay, I'm gonna mix. It's nice if you have a hand mixer because it's so much easier and it mixes so much better. And then if you have one of those KitchenAid mixers, which cost quite a bit of money, that's even better yet. It does all the mixing for you and you just put the ingredients in. Make sure it's mixed very well. What we're gonna do with this is put it in, when it's all mixed evenly together, we're gonna put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Does it smell good, Eli? Yes. Vanilla, we love vanilla. Did you know the pioneer women, what they did with vanilla? When they're living on the prairie and out in the ranches and farms, they would take vanilla and put it behind their ears like we do with cologne. And they'd smell pretty good. And actually there's a cologne called Vanilla Fields. Smells good. Stop it. See, there's still some flour and that to be mixed. You can turn the bowl. Put it all in there and mixed. You gotta have it all mixed good together. No, no,
Did we add the rest of the flour? I don't know. We missed it, right? Sister Mary?
yeah. What?
Oh, is it supposed to look like this now?
What the what?
That looks better. Yeah.
Little high. You don't want the bowl and the mixer to go up.
That fly away.
Fly away and like a rocket ship to the moon. Did you all see the
Sister Mary,
star last night?
excuse me, Sister Mary.
Yes.
Does mine look better now? I don't know.
Yeah.
Patty's
Much
looking
better.
for me. I can't see.
Much
Wait a
better.
minute.
Yes.
Hold on.
Sister Mary?
Oh,
Yes.
another question.
Because when you were adding the extra flour, is the rest of the flour that we didn't put earlier, is that the flour we use?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's mixed. Let me do it one more time. Hold on.
We
Hold on.
should get that. I can't get that all. This? No, I gotta use this. Okay, I got it. Too slow. I got it. Go fast. Bam. Only one person does it. Okay.
See, it's really thick. And if you have to do it by hand, it's much harder.
But it's better to not get inside
You'll
of
get a
there.
workout.
Mhm.
If you're young, you're probably fine. If you're old like me, it's not fun. It's harder. I like my hand mixer a lot. Okay, now we're gonna cover this, put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour to get more hard because it's pretty soft now. Okay, let me put this over here.
Did you make a bet?
So I already have a batch made that's been in the refrigerator. Here, Mia, let's see. Could you put this over there for now? And I have some cinnamon and sugar made up. We're gonna make more. And when Mia's done, comes back, I'm gonna have her put it in here. All right, it says 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of sugar.
Is that a double?
That's double. And 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So Mia, 4.
That's a single.
It's just the cinnamon, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, because I'm going to use it for that too. This is leftover from last. 4 tablespoons of sugar.
So you're still doing double and they need to cut it in half.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you're going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of sugar in a bowl. What did I say?
Sugar.
Mary,
What? What did you say?
excuse me, Mr. Mary.
Zuriel has a question.
Yes, Ariel.
Does it look like it's ready to be refrigerated, or do I need to mix this more?
What do you think, Daddy? All right.
Uh,
Then 2 teaspoons.
you added in all of the ingredients in the
and
the
2
flour?
teaspoons of cinnamon.
Yes.
Okay, then yes.
Okay.
Cover it with the saran wrap directly on the dough and then put it in the fridge for an hour.
Okay. So I just cover the bowl, right?
Cover the bowl, yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, now, mix that up.
So very quick, Sister Mary. So before, so teens, you guys, after you guys put it in the freezer, the fridge, keep listening because I'm gonna upload this so you guys could rewatch it. So by the time the hour is done, you could rewatch the video and follow the steps. Okay. But so once you're doing what you're doing, especially those who don't have mixers, you guys might have to mix a little bit more. We'll just continue to listen to Sister Mary's instruction. Okay.
Okay. All right. Mia mixed the cinnamon and the sugar together for me. There's no cinnamon in the recipe.
In the cookie. In the
That's
dough.
right.
In the dough.
In the dough.
No cinnamon.
I am
in the
going
dough.
to take dough, and it's been in the refrigerator for a while, so it gets harder. And you do use your hands. Be surprised how many cooks, even in restaurants, use their hands, but they always have to have clean hands. So it says about 1 inch size. You roll it in the sugar, completely cover it.
Can I help? Cinnamon. Wait. Put all in the sugar. But we didn't put it in the fridge.
And put it, let's see, let's do it this way.
Can I help?
And then you put it 2 inches apart on the cookie sheet. Because if they're too close, they'll run into one giant cookie.
Can I do the circle,
Yeah, there's probably not enough room.
girl?
Do the cinnamon.
Just want to follow the teens really quick. Just want to make sure this is the step that you're going to do after it's been in the fridge for an hour. So so you don't have to do this just yet.
Yeah, you wait for it to get
We
more.
put it in the refrigerator.
And then you bake it at 375 for 10 to 11 minutes or till when the edges get golden brown. And this is what they look like
When they're done.
when they're done.
Oh, that's so good.
And they are delicious.
I want them now.
Because then
He's ahead of the
Dollar cookie. I wonder who that is.
Okay.
Mary, 375 degrees for how many minutes?
11 minutes. Keep it on so
And
they don't burn.
for those who have
In our new house, my oven, I like it. It's very nice, but all ovens are different and I have to watch it because I don't know. I think it bakes too high and maybe too quick or something. So I want to get a oven thermometer that gauge, you put it in your oven, it tells the real temperature of your oven, yeah, not your oven, your oven.
and then mix in with
So
the
you
oven.
know, because if I have 375, it may be 400. I don't know.
so teens,
So
I'd like to follow up with that. Some who may not have baked before, you will need to preheat your oven before you put your cookies in, because some of you might think, oh, I put it in there until it becomes that
I forgot to mention that. Sorry.
It's okay. But you have to wait until it's that temperature. Okay?
Oh, and I put, like I said, parchment paper on the cookie sheets. Any other questions or?
Sister Mary,
Yes.
why does it need to be refrigerated?
So the dough gets hard enough, because right now, the one I just made and yours too, the dough is really soft. It's not going to form a good ball. It has to be a little cold. See how it's forming?
This is the part of cooking that requires
Hand.
patience. Patience is a virtue.
That's right, Brother Pat.
Wait, I have a question about my dough. It's a little like watery, if I could say. Like, not watery, but like,
It is watery.
oh, something like that. Is that okay?
Watery? Would
No, not
Not
water.
watery, but it's like,
Water fountain.
it's not, no. It's, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, should it be able to stick to things, or should it be like, you poke your hand and it just doesn't leave as much?
Well, it's going to be soft, but
Yeah, it might be, that looks a little too soft. Did you add in all of the flour?
Yeah, I did.
Did you use 1 cube of butter or 2?
Stop.
How much butter did you use?
Oh, I used the stick.
Just
How
one
many?
stick?
Yeah.
You should be okay.
Oh, maybe I should just mix more then.
It'll get harder in the fridge.
Okay, yeah, I'll try that. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good yet. We're running out of room.
so how many cookies, you guys, did we make with this?
We made 2 pans and then we're gonna do another one.
That's 2 dozen? A little more than 2 dozen.
So that's what her tray looks like.
Eli, beep, beep.
See with the cinnamon, they're covered in. Oh. Oh, well, that was the tray of. So how many have we made so far?
A lot.
So just about 2 dozen and a little bit more. So it says, the recipe says it makes 36. Don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Can we have a cookie camera?
Wait for the. wash our hands by go off.
Are we going to stay connected while we get a batch cooked?
I don't know, it'll take 10 minutes or more.
Is the oven on?
Oh, yeah, I preheated the oven a long time ago. But this is how they look.
That's how they look if they're
This
in
was
for,
the very first batch I did a couple days ago. The bottom got burnt. It was on the bottom shelf of my oven. That's why I'm saying I have to learn how my oven bakes. Yeah. Put it in the middle.
Yeah, it should be in the middle of the oven, not on the top shelf, not on the bottom shelf, in the middle.
But then you only
gonna-
have, you can do one tray at a time then. No, not. But this can be, the cinnamon sugar could be saved for a while in a baggie or a jar or something.
You can use cinnamon toast. All
Ah.
you do is just toast it, put butter, and then just sprinkle that on top.
Did you hear the master kid chef, Mia? She said that you could toast bread, put butter, and do cinnamon sugar toast, have cinnamon toast, which I haven't done for a long time. That sounds good.
Where?
So any other questions?
do you have a batch in?
Nope.
No?
It's preheated and ready to go?
Yeah, they want to wait till I bake another batch?
If you put it in, they might, I don't know.
They're already starting to cook because that lights really hot.
Okay, so I'd like to just follow up with all the ingredients that the teams have gotten. You made that you have a separate sugar from the big bag of sugar. That is for the mix of cinnamon, okay? So that's for the later on part. That's why I have 2 sets of sugar. And
Away.
so yeah. Anybody have questions while we're waiting?
Later. Put everything in here. All the trash.
I put cookies in the oven and I put the timer on for 10 minutes. So if you have a timer on your microwave or buy one, it's good. I don't know who has time.
So what I'm thinking for you all to do, team, since there is an hour gap from the time that you are going to actually start putting yours in the oven, I'd like for you all to take a picture of your finished product and then send it to our YouTube chat so we can show others and see how it turns out. So yeah.
I want to know, how many of you made cookies before? Did any of you ever make cookies before?
Oh, that's a cool idea. Yes, we have some. Oh,
Cereal?
Drew has a cool idea. He said mail each other a cookie. So we can eat each other's cookies.
If we were going to do this on Saturday, I was going to bring everybody a Snickerdoodle to taste Sunday at church, but nope, that didn't work out. Nope, we didn't go. But
This is smart, Sister Mary. Who's
if you're doing left for next Sunday, which I doubt, after Christmas, they'll probably be gone.
who's first?
But you can make your cookies and taste it. Show us a picture how they came out and see. Let us know how they taste and how your family likes it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna just love them. They're very good. They should be kind of on the crispy side.
Not too good.
Not too
Crispy
crispy.
outside, soft in the middle.
Crispy outside, soft in the middle.
My first time making cookies.
It is?
Hey, good. Yay, Zuriel. Who else is their first time?
Yeah,
Yay.
Oh, BJ's first time.
All right, hey BJ.
Round of applause.
Great job. You know, there's nothing like making your own food and
I like
having people taste it and love it. Who knows? we might be starting some master chefs out there.
That's true.
You know, the best and most famous chefs are men, not women.
Like
there's
my
some,
dad.
there's women,
Like my dad.
but yeah, Mia's dad is. Oh, Patty's a pastry chef. What?
Dear Julia Child.
Oh no! They don't know who that is.
Please.
No, they're telling me to do Julia Child's impression, which they have no idea. You guys are. You have no idea who that was. She was probably the first woman chef to go on television, I think. To probably in the 60s, 70s, maybe 50s, I don't know. But she was from England, I believe. She had a funky kind of funny English accent. She was very funny. She was a good chef and very, very popular, very famous. Which you guys wouldn't know, but you can Google her. Look her up and see, watch her do some of her famous cooking videos. But what are some of the things? Chef Emerald, Wolfgang Puck. Who else?
Daddy, my dad.
Mia's dad is an excellent chef. Excellent.
I can cook too.
But you're not a master chef yet.
No, I can cook too.
You can cook, yes.
And I'm in my own cookie. Chocolate chips from Joanna Gaines.
Oh, Mia likes to use Joanna Gaines' cookbook. She's great.
And Patty's a graduate of where?
Phoenix.
Art Institute of Phoenix.
Art Institute of Phoenix for culinary pastries.
How long have you been baking patty?
I've only been baking 5 years.
Oh, 5 years.
So that's what Mia said. No, I graduated, gosh, it's probably been 17 years since I graduated the school. 17,
Wow.
17, 16 years. And then I baked before that with Mary and with my mom. So I've been baking since I was a kid.
That's so
Me
cool.
too.
Yeah.
I just remember when we went to the graduation ceremony, it was in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was so hot. But the ceremony was inside. As I walk into the building, I thought, I hope this is inside, or I'm not watching the ceremony.
Awesome.
Okay, I've got 5 more minutes or so on the cookie. Oh, 4 minutes.
Show the doggies.
Sister Mary, if we don't have a non-stick tray, can we use a non-stick pan?
No.
Some pans are not oven safe.
Yeah, turn that off.
So
So
sometimes if you have the handle can melt if it's like plastic. So
you're looking good.
looking good in there. I would say they have less than 3 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it look that. Okay, I will get ready here to take the cookies out. These are my outer space oven mitts that I bought. I'm ready to go to the move now. I'll tell you one thing. I burned my hands so many times, I won't with these. These are terrific. So you need a good oven mitt because it does not feel good to get burned.
Yeah, I know. Believe me.
What?
I know I had it on these 2 fingers. Oh, yeah, because you burned marshmallows.
No, let's see. 2 minutes.
Oh, they're starting to crack on top. Yep.
Take them out. A little bit. Another minute.
Maybe 30 seconds. Yeah.
30 seconds. So what is that going to put you? 8
That's
minutes instead of 10?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
every
yeah,
oven
actually, yeah, that would put it at 8 minutes.
So tell that to everybody. 8 minutes.
So our oven is cooking the cookies
Get
at
that dog
8.
out of here.
Sorry, is cooking them. It only takes 8 minutes for our oven, so it just depends. It depends on.
Close the oven, Eli.
It depends how good your oven.
Yep.
So here they are.
So right now, when they
The
come
pan
out,
is very
they're
hot.
super soft and they're super hot. But once they cool off and get room temperature, they'll be nice.
And look,
Yeah.
I'm not screaming. If Eli moves closer, he will.
Yeah, Eli, you're gonna burn yourself.
Stop.
But I
So this is
predicted.
how they look, and they are. Well, if you could smell the house now, cinnamon.
I love
So
cinnamon
good.
and
In
vanilla.
1 hour, your house will smell like our house.
But it's good to invest in cookie sheets. Home Goods has a lot of
This has
products.
good stuff. Yeah, and they're really, you know,
Yeah,
the
and
prices are really good.
Yeah. I have a giant one over here, and it's from Home Goods. Okay, I'm gonna put another one in.
But they're giant. But only has four.
Now they're spaced apart.
And now the cookies are getting flatter as they cool off.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as high. Now they get flattening out a little.
I get the biggest cookie.
No, I get the
yourself.
biggest cookie.
No, I get the more thinniest one.
The thinnest.
Cinnamoniest.
Eli,
I don't know if that's a good one.
Eli, say N-M-M. N-M.
M
And
Any questions?
and
What's your-
M.
You guys
I'm right here.
Yeah.
burn yourself.
I already burned myself today.
Home Goods has good prices on cookware.
Look at her legs, mommy.
I can't think of anywhere else. Well, Target, and, you know, all the stores, Walmart and stuff. But I wouldn't buy cheapy stuff because it will burn your cookies.
Uh-oh.
They're too hot.
They're too, I would give it another.
I am either. I've never been called about it.
They're starting to.
Deflate.
Mhm. Yeah, show, want to show the bottom and
See,
see they're fully
Ooh.
cooked on the bottom. And they're not.
this time I set the timer for 8 minutes because since my
Yeah, I think your oven might be hotter
Yeah.
than
That was mine.
I gotta get a
hotter or just
oven
used
thermometer.
to your oven.
Mhm.
Mine.
Yeah, let's not touch the cookies.
That's the one that we want.
Okay. Taste test.
That's not cool, Grandpa. We
Oh,
wanted that.
real soft.
Real soft.
It's not.
Grandma, can we
Ooh,
have
see?
a cookie?
Yeah. They're still hot there.
Grandma, can we have a cookie? Grandma, can we have a cookie?
I don't know.
Yes, yes.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Mommy, please can we have one?
They're too hot. You're gonna burn yourself.
don't
Are they
care.
too hot?
Stayed in the middle. They're little.
No, that's
They're
not.
low? Okay.
Bye.
All right. Thank you so much.
Can we have a cookie?
We're going to go ahead. Thank you all.
I can't hear.
Thank you all for all of your help, for Sister Mary, for me, for Eli, Patty, and Brother Pat. We're gonna go ahead and close up our baking class, and then we're gonna see the finished product later as they send in their pictures in about an hour.
Great.
We'll be doing a pumpkin pie class
No,
soon.
Next
I made
year.
pumpkin pie on
By
Christmas Eve.
scratch too.
Well,
What about
not
we have a
quite.
cookie
No,
now?
I don't think
the dough
so.
is that
pie crust to buy him.
Grandma, can we have a cookie?
All right, teens, can we just go ahead and say thank you to everyone for all their help and for teaching us today? All right, teens, can you say thank you? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Mary.
No.